Day 2 at Knockhill Racing Circuit for the Classic Sports Car Club sees us going reverse direction around this famous racetrack in Fife. So let's go and catch up with the Cartech Motorsport Modern Classic and the Advantage Motorsport Future Classics. Welcome to Knockhill Racing Circuit under sunny blue skies as the guys make their way down towards the hairpin for the first time of asking. Local hero Stuart Robb takes the entire field down and is chased hard by Matt Holben and another TVR Tuscan. Reverse direction around Knockhill Racing Circuit. Well, everybody had just got used to going normal direction, and then we took them reverse directions. Ryan Moen and Sammy Gendy in the Porsche 944. They were fastest and winners in Class B80. Beautiful car that, the 944 S2. You don't see very many Porsche 944 S2s racing nowadays. Class MD was David Sharp, first in class. Car number 20 in his Lotus Elise S1. Finding racing throughout the grid. You can see how long to the BMW just heading towards Clark Corner. Willie Toy was the Class A70 winner, and Willie Toy is a man who knows Knockhill very well, and really he should know better than that as he exits stage left at the top of Duffy's Dip into the gravel trap. Big waved yellow flag from our marshal on the inside as Willie in the 3.9 litre TR8 does a lovely spin turn and then gets the car from the grass back onto track and away from the scene of the crime. Denies all knowledge as well. In Class C80 it was the Wrights, Michael and Liam Wright in their BMW E30 318 IS who took honours in that class. See him waving up towards McIntyre's there, and this was a bit of a crowd favourite actually. The Kennedy's car, Jason and Louise Kennedy, the Nissan Skyline GTR R32. It's a big car around Knockhill Racing Circuit, but it is a commentator's favourite, I've got to say, and a crowd favourite to see a Nissan going round at great speed in Knockhill. Class MB, the MB class, it was the Eggers, it was Adam and Jack in the 968 Porsche, and a very bouncy moment coming through the top of Duffus onto the main street. And then this happened at the hairpin to Christian Douglas. Locks the brakes up in towards the hairpin and into the recticel and tyre wall, and unfortunately that car was then lifted away onto the back of the flatbed lorry, and we wouldn't see that car racing again, unfortunately, for Christian Douglas in his TVR Tuscan, a 4.5 litre TVR Tuscan. But the overall winner and the winner of the MA class, it was Matt Holben in that beautiful Gulf liveried TVR Tuscan as we see him going through McIntyre's there. Car number 156, chased, yes, by Dave Griffin in that BMW, as he would be quite a few times, but a classy victory outright on the road and for Matt Holben in ME. It's now time for the Liqui Moly New Millennium, the Motorsport School Turbo Tin Tops and the Verum Builders Open Series. As the lights went out, it was BMW against Ginetta down towards the hairpin, and Dave Griffin trying as good as he possibly could to take Chris and Harry Petch's G50 down to the hairpin, but unable to on the brakes. Through the chicane though, the Ginetta getting a little bit lively underneath the driver there, and Griffin really closing up something else into McIntyre's. A bit of pressure applied, oversteer onto the grass, out goes the Ginetta, and through goes Griffin in his BMW M336. But look at that though, up the inside, a classy manoeuvre from the Chris and Harry Petch Ginetta G50 to take the overall lead. But these guys would be slugging it out for the entirety of the race, really giving the spectators something to watch here. Mervyn Crockerton and John Crockerton, their BMW Mini, unfortunately it had enough going down towards the chicane. A safety car was brought out and that car was recovered onto the gravel trap at the bottom of Duffy's Dip. They took it onto the rallycross actually. Now, disqualified from Class NB was Chris and Harry Petch, and they got disqualified for overtaking underneath a safety car. Overtaking on a safety car. They also picked up a race time penalty for a pit stop violation, which was too short. So ultimately not a good race for those guys. David Nash, well, he was a smart car winner, first in class, car number 777, the Smart 42. The little 999cc smart car. It must be great fun to race a smart car around Knockhill. Probably the perfect size. Alex Tate was first in class, number 63 in Class TD. and leaving a little bit of racing room going through the hairpin there, which is always a good thing, from the Porsche 968, which slipped up the inside. And then that man at the front there in NA, Class NA, Dylan Popovic, first in class, another beautiful Jetta G50. Lovely car. The sound of these cars and the way they handle Knockhill, quite a big car, beautifully done. Speaking of sounds, just listen to Dave Griffin there in that beautiful, beautiful BMW class winner in OC and overall winner on the road. Yes, definitely Dave will be having a Diet Coke break after that one. Congratulations, winner of the class and the race overall. It's now time for us to dip back into the swinging 60s with group number 2 for the Adams and Page gang, and also the Mintex Classic Cape. The lights changed and there was a charge down to the hairpin, and it was Mark Campbell in the Triumph TR5 ahead of Kieran Bailey and Donald Laird's beautiful little Lotus Elan S4, and everybody getting through the hairpin after that. Got to say, a busy grid of cars, 16 cars out here, and all very equally matched in speed as they head round towards Hislop's and then Clark's, which is just round the corner. Unfortunately, John Wolfe, though, it wasn't going well for him. The Lotus Elan stopped on the first lap, and John, showing he's a seasoned pro, parked himself in a very safe place there. Steve Chapman, car number 115, Triumph TR4, first in class of Class CC. But Steve, well, yeah, he did try and make it very difficult for himself, as you can see from this very gravelly and grass tracky excursion down the back straight at Knockhill, where he did manage to rejoin again. But I'm pretty sure he's still hoovering out the gravel with the hoover of shame, even to this day. Over the crest of Duffy's Dip, lots of MGB Roadsters in this class, and in Class CM it was Paul Raymond and James Wheeler who were the overall winners of that class in an MGB Roadster. The 1840cc engine, as you can see them all streaming through there. Beautiful, beautiful little cars. And they all sound and smell great as well. That's Richard Bateman in another Lotus Elan. He was first in Class CA. As we see him coming down the back straight. Clark's corner is a tricky corner. A lot of people do make mistakes at that corner. Into the hairpin, car 61. Beautiful little blue TVR. Not a car you see very often. The Grand Tourer of Joe Ward, Mark III as well. He took Class CD honours and a big spin at Clark, but look at that, he managed to keep his foot on the brake pedal, which is the important thing there. He didn't roll that back across the track. Big spin, frightening place because you're over the crest of a hill, not the best. Darren McWhirter, a local man who we know very well in Knockhill, was the Invitational class winner, and that Jaguar XK120 3.8 litre engine of Darren, it really is a monster to try and muscle around Knockhill. But Darren, in car number 80, has been here many a time, and look at that off the road, bouncing down through the chicane, not one but two. That's John Ellison and Mark Parsley in one of their TR6s, and McWhirter then tries to pass them going in towards McIntyre. Very easy to do, run into the chicane too quickly. Class L, car number 151, Donald Laird and Kieran Bailey first in class. Again, two local racers who know Knockhill very well, possibly not from going in reverse direction, it must say though, more in the normal direction, but very happy with their position in the Lotus Elan S4. A busy part of the track as everybody seems to be in one area as they all come up through Duffy's Dip and onto that main straight before coming down towards the hairpin. It was Mark Campbell in the Triumph TR5 Class G and overall winner in that beautiful TR5. I'm going to call that baby blue. It's probably not the code, the paint code, but really it is a stunning car. Over the line, he took the overall and class victory in G. This next race was all action yesterday, so it's time to dip back into the Quad Sport tin tops and the Mr. Tyre Motorsport Puma Cup. As the lights went out, it was a charge down towards the hairpin, and just look how busy this tin tops and Puma grid is. Fabulous cars, they sound amazing because it's all grunting induction engine noise. But as they come down to the hairpin, thankfully everybody gets through more or less in one piece. A little bit of bumping and boring, and it's what it's like in these almost mini touring cars. As they come through, the Pumas and the Ford cars and the Tin Tops. Class F, 88 Andrew Barron, first in class in a Ford car. I used to have one of them when I first passed my driving test. I had loads of fun in a Ford car, so Andrew out there on the track, probably having just as much fun. Bit of a lock-up for 142. The Jacksons in towards the hairpin in their green Ford Puma, but it was the yellow car of John Glover and Emily Glanville, car number 196, who took first in class in the Puma Cup. A couple of Scottish racers who know their way around here. Normal direction, I would have to say, possibly not so much in reverse. So a great job by those two, and a very, very bumpy, bouncy ride for the Barlow and Cesar Honda Integra Type R there, thankfully keeping that one on track. Class C, Terry Upton, first in class in his lovely Fiesta ST, the 2 litre. Number 16, Terry getting through the hairpin. We saw him having a bit of a moment there on the Saturday, but nothing happening to Terry today on the Sunday. Just listen to this. All that induction noise from Class E. Blair Roebuck, first in class, car number 2. Blair in Class E with Martin Addison, and Martin unfortunately had a fair amount of upset in this race, as we can see him in towards the chicane there. The bumper's gone off the front of that car, and ultimately a little bit of bashing in the back as well. It didn't work out for Martin Addison, car number 1. It did though, however, work out for this man here. Car number 15, Russell Thompson, was scything his way through the pack. Class B winner, first in class, and really gelling with Knockhill Racing Circuit in both directions, and just about getting caught out at the top of Duffy's Dip there, but thankfully managing to hold that together. John Baker in the Renault Clio 172 in the B class car with a bit of a lock-up, snatching the front left wheel in towards the hairpin, and he wasn't the only one as well. Sean Ely, first in class for Class F, car number 22. Beautiful car that is, the Peugeot 205 GTI. I'm going to say the word iconic, and it very much is. And in the gravel at the hairpin, well, we've seen him having a moment at the top of Duffus already. That's Gary Barlow and Danny Cesar in the Honda Integra Type R, and they weren't finished there. Look at this at Clark's. Just a little couple of hundred yards later, a massive moment going in towards Clark Corner. And yeah, finding the outer limits of Knockhill. Class A and overall winners, James Slater and Richard Harmon in the Honda Civic Type R. Beautiful car, beautiful sound, driven extremely well around Knockhill. Another couple of guys gelling with the circuit in reverse direction and normal direction, taking the class and overall honours. It's now time to take a step back in time, because it's time for the Adams and Page Swinging 60s Group Number 1. As the lights went out down towards the hairpin, Simon Benoy in that beautiful Hillman Imp, well, he was under all sorts of pressure from the wits in their MG Midget. Car number 87, Ian and Abigail, round the outside on the way in towards the hairpin. And this battle would rage from the first corner to the last corner. Big grid of cars as they all make their way round towards Clark Corner, which is the tight left at the end of that long right-hander. Simon Benoy had a bit of trouble on the Saturday. The car was misfiring and it just couldn't clear it out, and thankfully they managed to get it back working perfectly for race day. But unfortunately David Robb's Mini, his Austin Mini, was on the back of the Knockhill Hiab. The recovery truck would go and drop that back in the paddock, and poor David Robb, a local man, just not having much luck. Richard Bateman in the Ford Lotus Cortina through the hairpin with Batman across the window. Class F did not finish, and look at that grassy moment down the back straight through the gravel, bounces down the back straight, gets back on, but that gravel gets everywhere, and as a driver you do not want to have any of that inside your engine or the belts. Oh, so important. Class C, unfortunately, another DNF. A Mini, Anthony Hunting and Joseph Ritchie in the Morris Mini Cooper, well, parked it on the track, pushed it off. Beautiful looking little car, but unfortunately for the Minis at Knockhill, it just didn't seem to be working. However, this battle between the Hillman Imp and the Midget raged on. I did warn you, it started at the first corner and it raged all the way through. Ian Witt and Abigail Witt not giving Simon Benoit 1 inch or 1 moment to relax. Car 76 going through the Brookses in their T-class car, you should say, as they make their way round towards Clark Corner and down there. MGB Roadster. And here's another one. Class E, Paul Gregory. First in class, car number 95 going in towards McIntyre's, but then this happened at Clark Corner. Again, spins to the inside, and thankfully Paul manages to keep his foot on the brake pedal, doesn't come back across the track, but you're sitting in a horrible place. You're down the bottom of the hill. You've got to keep an eye on the marshals as you join the track. But Paul gets away from the scene of the crime, and we come back towards the hairpin to see Benoit dive bombed at the hairpin once again. A beautiful, beautiful overtaking manoeuvre from the MG midget there. The Wits definitely not hanging about, putting that car up the inside. And thankfully, the name of the game in this, no contact. That's what we want. Richard Rowlands and Alan Hassel, they took Class D honours, first in class in car number 148 in that Ford Cortina Mark 1 GT. Benoit was back in the front, coming out of McIntyre's at the hairpin. It was the Wits back in front as they come through. Great battling. Class B, an overall winner though went to Simon Benoit, car number 99. Hillman Imp has a great history of racing in Scotland, it really does. It's been campaigned at Ingliston in the early days and over at Knockhill in all various shapes and sizes and forms. Great to see a Hillman Imp back around Knockhill Racing Circuit, getting driven as it should be. And rounding off the full weekend here at Knockhill Racing Circuit, we have got the Gold Darts Magnificent Sevens. Away we go, lights out for the Magnificent Sevens, and it's a bit of a mixture between Caterhams and there's a couple of Spires in here as well. Now we've got to say these Spire cars, stunning, stunning little looking cars, very low centre of gravity, and Dave Watson locking up the inside wheels, trying to get alongside in towards the hairpin, but unable to do so. As they come through Duffy's Dip for the first time of Askin, it was Colin Watson ahead of David Watson as they went up towards the Beatson's Building Supply Bridge, and the pressure was intensifying on Colin Watson all the way. A little mistake almost going into chicane there, cost himself a bit of time, and just look at the Spire, trying left, trying right, going round each way, but it wasn't to be. Unfortunately for Dave Watson, invitational class, he had a DNF because of this moment at Clark's. Round she went, but that was a mechanical failure that cost Dave that place into the gravel. Unfortunately gets towed away by Piper 1, but he, unfortunately, it robbed us of a great race which could have unfolded there. Through the hairpin, Class B, car number 71, which was a great showing. That was the Hare and Greenwood car, first in class, and as you can see right now, the track dry. But keep your eyes on those clouds, keep your eyes upwards, because the clouds were definitely coming. Ian Hare and Andrew Greenwood, the winners of their class. Class H, Ray Arms and Stephen Storey. Now Mr Arms, former touring car driver, should know Knockhill pretty well, and you can see still with the wheel locking up in towards the hairpin. Ray Arms, welcome back to Knockhill, great to see him here, hasn't lost any of that skill. In Class E, it was William Redmond first in class. Car number 241. The Boss Racing Caterham 240R, and look at the track, it's starting to change colour because, yep, the umbrellas are up in the crowd. There is drizzle in the air as Colin Watson come up towards McIntyre's. Tricky stuff. A 30-second penalty for short pit stopping Colin Watson as well, so take Class G honours, first in class, but that penalty in the pit stop definitely hurt him, and also hurt 93 and 56. Hugh Coulter and the Ray Arms Stephen Storey car. Class D, winner Jerry Adams, first in class, and Jerry tippy-toeing his way around Knockhill. Look how tricky the surface is now. It's not proper fully wet yet, and remember these guys started on a dry track, so they would have had dry setups, dry tyre pressures, probably even dry tyres, but now with the rain intensifying, the grip levels reducing, the skill levels really need to increase. The overall winner and Class F winner, car number 42 as the lightning flashes, was Richard Carter. And Richard in his Caterham R300 tiptoed his way around Knockhill at great speed, we should still add. As he took the checker flag, he would be delighted to get out of that very wet Caterham and very wet race suit. And that brings the meeting to a close. And from everybody here at Knockhill Racing Circuit, we want to say thank you to the Classic Sports Car Club for coming up, all the competitors, marshals and officials. Let's hope it's not long until the next time. From Knockhill Racing Circuit, thank you very much.